social media. Social media is so toxic, y'all. Sometimes feel like, am I losing my love for this? Growing up so fast, I always felt the need to do things on my own. Well, I knew if you had a stainless steel fridge, you had money. It was hard giving up weed. I literally needed somebody to tell me, like, girl, get up. Girl, get up.
Gotta keep the focus in my own lane, in my own way. Ooh, ah, ah, ah. That's the sound of toasting. That's the sound of champagne.
What's up, girl? Welcome to another video. Today we have a very random girl chat video. When I say random, I mean random. I just sat down and really felt the need to just get a lot off of my chest. Think of this as like a therapy session with your best friend, because that's exactly what it's giving. There's just a lot to get into, and I'm super excited to just sit down and talk to you. And speaking of therapy, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, BetterHelp. Everything that I'm going to talk about in this video, I have talked through with my BetterHelp therapist for months. You guys know I talk about my therapy journey all the time and how it has significantly transformed my life. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible than ever. And they do so by having everything online. And you know, with me being a mother, a wife, an entrepreneur, I have so many things on my plate. And the last thing I need to be doing is driving to somebody's office for therapy. I love that I can just log on and speak to my therapist, whether it's through their messaging system, video call, or video chat. And getting started is super easy. You just go on their website and fill out a quick questionnaire. Then BetterHelp can match you with one of their professional therapists, usually within 48 hours. Me and my BetterHelp therapist have been rocking for over a year now. That is my girl. We go together real bad. So if you're like me and just love to vent and get things off of your chest, or if you have something serious that you're dealing with that you just need help navigating, BetterHelp is there for you. It is super easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. Just go to the link in my description or betterhelp.com/Mayagraves, and you can start enjoying a discount off of your first month of therapy. Now it's time to get into our little personal therapy session, and we're gonna hop right into this Get Ready With Me. Can't wait to see you there. What's up, girl? We are back to the back, 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 to the back. Do y'all remember that? The real ones know what I'm talking about. What's up, y'all? Welcome to a Get Ready With Me. We got a lot to talk about. I already did the intro, so we're just going to get right into it. I'm also going to be trying out so many different products in this Get Ready With Me. You know, I am not one for change, but I have so much PR that I haven't even used. I'm like, might as well do a Get Ready With Me with all new products. We're going to try this little balancing mist first. I think it's just a rose water mist because it smells like roses. It smells like roses. I will not be caught on camera with chapped lips. Do a little bliss stacks. What is tea? What's been going on? Let's get into it. So just came back from Mexico. That trip was amazing. You know, a few little kinks. We had a little kinks along the way. I'm going to talk about it more in my weekly vlog, but we literally got stuck in Mexico. Delta canceled our flight. You know, you're wrong for that. We ended up having to stay an extra day, but I mean, I guess it all worked out because the hotel they put us in was dope. So we ended up coming back, when was it? Last Tuesday. So we've been home for exactly a week because today is the following Tuesday. So we've been home for a week now, and we've just been readjusting because you know when you're on vacation, you just let loose and then you got to come back to the real world. But I feel like we're definitely adjusted back into our workflow and everything like that. I'm gonna put on some primer. I've been using this primer for a while and I definitely like it. I'm just doing my makeup honestly to work. Like I'm not really going anywhere special, but I just wanted to get into some new products and of course talk to y'all. So Mexico was amazing. It was a great little just relax and wine, but now we are definitely back to the grind. And yeah, I mean, life has been pretty good. We celebrated our 2 years of being married, our 2-year wedding anniversary, which is absolutely crazy. Like, how have we been married for 2 years? I don't know. Genesis seems to be growing up every single day. Like at this point, I feel like there was a point where she kind of hit like a plateau for a couple months. Like she didn't really look like she was, like anything new was happening. But now this little girl is saying full sentences. She will talk to me. I went to go pick her up from school yesterday. I'm like, oh my gosh, hi Genesis. She was like, Mama, I colored. And then she showed me her She showed me what she colored. I'm like, Genesis, like you were literally growing up right in front of my eyes. This is crazy. So the kids have just been growing. Ezra turned 6 months, what? In 2 days. I'm gonna use both of these concealers. I think I'm gonna mix the colors. One is my summer shade and one is my winter shade, but I don't know if my summer shade is gonna be too dark. I know my winter shade is way too light. I might have to mix them, I might not. My winter shade is coconut flakes. My summer shade is, oh, are these both coconut flakes? Couldn't it be? Marmalade. Marmalade is my summer. I'm gonna see if we can work with just marmalade. But yeah, Ezra turned 6 months in 2 days, and man, I don't know, I feel like life has definitely just been a lifing. I've definitely been in need of event session with my girls. I've been doing the vlogs, I've been doing like more content focused videos, but I really just want to sit down and talk to y'all like the old days. I feel like I was doing really good for the past couple weeks with just like cruising, getting things done, being productive, just showing up. But I don't know, for the past couple days, maybe it's also because like you get on such a high when you're on vacation and then you come back to reality and it's a little hard to adjust to. But the past couple days, I've definitely just been struggling a little bit mentally. And I think my period's about to start. That's another thing. I have not like had cycles consistently for the past like 2 years. So that's definitely something I'm adjusting to. I've noticed right before my cycle starts, I get so not only like irritable, but tired. I get exhausted. Like this morning, I did not wake up until 10:30 and I'm usually an early bird. So I know my cycle's about to hit. So that may also be why I've just been feeling a bit off. But I think talking also helps just get some things off of your chest. So let's just get right into what your girl's been feeling like. Number one, social media. Social media is so toxic, y'all. Social media is so toxic. Let's just go on memory lane and just go back on my whole social media journey. So I started on YouTube in 2019. So I think that's 6 years ago. I started on YouTube. I still remember the first video I ever posted. It was how to have the best how to have the best new year of your life. How to prep for a great 2019. It was something along those lines. And I just remember going into it with YouTube, I was always just so like carefree. I had absolutely no filter. And though I think like, you know, there was definitely times for filters. There's 100% times for filters. I just had like a certain level of just carefreeness about me. I guess when you make something your career and your job, it naturally just changes things, right? So I used to just be so free when it came to social media. I posted whatever I wanted to, whenever I wanted to. And obviously when you make something a career, like there's different boundaries and parameters you have to put around it because this is like your job, this is your income. And I guess I've just been reflecting a little bit, like sometimes I crave that freedom I used to have when it came to my posting and just like how I showed up on the internet, because transparently sometimes it just feels a little bit forced for me because I have to show up, whereas like it was an option for me. I think social media is amazing. There's so many benefits of it. You can literally follow somebody's journey and feel like you're, you know, going along the way with that person. But there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, especially when it comes to like social media influencers, that I don't think we talk about a lot. I think I'm gonna use this bronzer. This is my little Fenty. Oh, this is dirty. I need it. Girl, don't look. Don't look. We just gonna keep it moving. But I definitely think there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, especially when it comes to like influencers that we don't really talk about. Now, trust me, I understand being an influencer is a privilege, and by no means am I saying that that's not the case. But when you put your life out there for everybody to hold a microscope to, it can just be a bit much at times. And I really do sometimes feel like, am I losing my love for this, or is this just a season? Because just like seasons with God, like sometimes you are on fire and you are just all in. In other seasons, it's a bit hard. So I was just praying about it this morning. I'm like, God, first of all, I want your desires to be my desires, because sometimes God does change our desires, and something we once loved, like we no longer have that same love for. And I'm praying that's not the case, because I genuinely love what I do and I genuinely love my community and all that, but I'm also allowing myself room to grow and to change and to evolve into whoever God wants me to be. I know I'll always have a voice. I know that I'll always be a leader. That's just something that is down on the inside of me that I believe God blessed me with, but I'm also allowing myself room to change and to shift. And I know I'm not going to be an influencer for my whole life. Like, that is just absolutely ridiculous. So I guess I'm just leaving like avenues open for God to move within me. Not only can being an influencer just take a lot of mental toll on you, social media in general is toxic. It is crazy. It is just so much. I found myself being drained after I scrolled, like literally drained. I would be on TikTok for 10 minutes and I'm like, I need to go because y'all are crazy. It's always somebody in the headlines getting bashed. It's always somebody in the headlines, something horrible happened, just crazy stuff. Like, I don't watch the news. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I don't watch the news, and I don't watch the news for a reason. Like, I just see what that can do to your mental health. So I feel like whenever I go on social media, I just leave like feeling some type of way. So I think I'm also gonna do like a challenge where I do not scroll for like 90 days because I really do wonder what that would do to my mental health. But I think there's always like a temptation to scroll when you're an influencer because you want to see what's trending, you want to see what's new. And I think what God has been working on with me specifically is like, stop looking to the world for inspiration and look to me. If I'm the creator of all, if I created the heavens and the earth, you don't think I'm a creative? You don't think I have creative abilities? You don't think I can put those abilities within you? I just be getting convicted every single day of my life. Like, Lord, this is too much. But it is true. You know, as an influencer, you definitely want to be on the platforms and you kind of want to be in the mix. But sometimes being in the mix is draining. So I don't know what will come in the future. Will I ever quit YouTube? Who knows? I mean, one day. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but I also just want to value my mental health over everything. And one thing that I'm so thankful for, y'all, seriously, is like the community I have just cultivated and that we have cultivated and that God has cultivated for me, because y'all are just so kind to me, so gentle, so loving, and I just appreciate it. I see a lot of communities and a lot of creators who struggle with that and who just get tore down by their community. And I'm so happy to say I've never experienced it from y'all who genuinely love me. Of course, there's going to be haters sprinkled here and there, but as a whole, like, my community is so great and just so loving. So I appreciate that from y'all. But yeah, those are just some thoughts I've been having about social media. You know, also with creating a new company, Mavon, like that has just been taking up so much of my time. So I've been trying to find the balance between all of it while still showing up on my platform, but also like running a whole separate business. Girl, I had to go put the wedding ring on. I was like, hold on. What is going on? But those are just some thoughts I've been having about social media. Super random. All in all, I love being an influencer, but I definitely think there's going to be a time where I transition. I don't know when that time is. And then on top of that, social media in general is just a bit much nowadays. And I'm finding that I need to take a step back when it comes to like scrolling and just allowing myself to be mindless in social media, because when you're mindlessly scrolling, you're just so receptive to all the negativity and stuff that's going on in other people's lives. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, that's the craziest thing. Social media makes you become part of somebody's life. And it's like, hold on. We don't know each other. Why am I feeling the burden of your choices and your decisions and you're not making it my problem? It is just too much. So if you've been looking for a sign to take a break from social media, this is your sign, baby. Let's do it. 90 days of no scrolling. Like, my goodness. That doesn't mean I'm not going to post for 90 days. I'm just going to post and go about my day, you know? Anyways, we're going to try some different blushes here. I don't know which one I want to try. I think this one's a bit deeper. This one might work. These are kind of similar. Let's try this one. Let's just see. And I think Mexico was also very helpful because I was just struggling creatively, which we also don't speak a lot about when it comes to being an influencer. Like, thoughts and ideas don't just come out of nowhere. It takes a certain level of creativity. And I've been struggling with that, y'all. Like, your girl has just been in a creative block. And I think it's important to know when you're having a creative block and when God is also signaling you to turn into Him and stop trying to do it on your own. Because one thing about me, I am a very self-reliant girl, and I think it just stems from how I grew up and just growing up so fast. I always felt the need to do things on my own. I had like a get it done mentality, and though that's great and God can use somebody who's productive, he also doesn't want you to be so productive that you think it's your doing and it's you that is blessing you. God is the one blessing you. So he's also been convicting me on that, like, turn into me. When you're feeling creative lack, that is a sign to turn to God and allow him to give you the creativity you need. I'm not really liking this. I don't like how it applies. It's a little bit blotchy, so we're gonna try to cover it up with a little bit of this. Just a little bit. See, that's the thing about makeup. You can just trial and error. What works for you may not work for me, and that's okay. I like a lot of blush, but I'm also gonna tone it down when I put on this powder, because it's a bit much as of right now. I think I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting as well when it comes to my childhood. For the longest time, especially in like my adult years, as I've been, an adult for how many years now? Not too many, but in my adult years, it's just something I've kind of pushed to the side. But I see it coming up more and more, especially when it comes to parenting, just how important it is to revisit like past traumas and your childhood in general, because whether you want it to or not, it's going to show up in different areas of your life. And one thing kids will do is pull it out of you. They will pull on all your triggers that you didn't even know were there. So that's something I've been working through with God as well, and just also extending myself grace. Because girl, I don't know if you're like me, but one thing about me is I am a perfectionist, and I think it's one of my blessings and one of my disadvantages as well, because I get things done. Like I said, I'm a go-getter. I will get things done, but I'm also like my worst critic. Like, it is so bad. I am my worst critic. I can do something and the world is like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing, and I know, Ezra, I know. And all I can see is just all the flaws with it. And God just gave me so much revelation on that today, specifically just about perfectionism and the refining process in general. I was just sitting with God and I'm just like, God, I just feel so burdened. As of recently, I've just been feeling so overwhelmed and just so angered and just so easily triggered. And I was really starting to get mad at myself, because I'm like, girl, like, why are you feeling this way? And God was just revealing to me, like, in your past seasons of your life, I refined the outside of you, like the outward sins that everybody saw. I don't cuss anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I'm not fornicating anymore. Like all those outward sins that are easy to identify. But then God was like, but in this season of your life, I'm working on the inward you. Ooh. And an inward project is sometimes so much more painful than an outward project. Like, it didn't hurt as much to give away cussing as it does to rid jealousy from my heart or to rid anger from my heart. Like, God is literally having to go through every part of me and refine me and make me new. And as much as we like to sing Refiner by Maverick City, we don't want to be refined because it is a painful process. But what God was showing me is, like, not only is it a necessary process, but you do come out on the other side of it a new creation, a literal new creation. And I just feel like God refining the inmost parts of me, and it's just so crazy. I picked up this little Benefit 24-hour brow whatever from where's it from? Sephora. See, it smells like glue. First of all, it smells like glue, and then secondly, I don't even think it does anything, y'all. Brows still be moving. They have this little white one though that I felt like worked way better than the clear one. So I don't know why they changed the formula. We do have a lot of exciting things coming up though. We've been traveling more this year than I think we ever have. We just came back from Mexico. Next month we're going to New York to visit my family, which is going to be so exciting because I get to see my niece, both of my nieces. So I have a niece that is literally 2 months apart from Genesis, and then I have a niece that is close to Ezra's age. So we're gonna go see them, see my dad, see my grandma, and after that, August, I think we're gonna be going to Disney World for Genesis' birthday with some of her cousins. So it's gonna be like a whole family thing, which is so exciting. Like, I was also just praising God yesterday, this is gonna be like sound just so crazy, but I was cleaning the house, y'all. I was cleaning the house and I'm wiping down like our fridge. And as I'm wiping down our fridge, I was just praying in my head. I'm like, thank you, God, for a stainless steel fridge. This is gonna sound crazy. Stay with me. When I was a kid, I like noticed, this is why I've always been like before my age, because I just noticed certain things that like a 7-year-old shouldn't notice. For example, I knew if you had a stainless steel fridge, you had money. Like, especially in what, like 2013, 2014. Like, if you, girl, I got a white fridge, you got a stainless steel fridge, you got some money. So I remember like on one of my wishes was always like, I wish I just had a stainless steel fridge. Like, I want to have a stainless steel fridge when I grow up, because if you got a stainless steel fridge, you got money. Or another one was like, if you got a pull out trash can, like not a regular trash can, like one that is a cabinet that pulls out, oh baby, you got some money. So like I noticed these little things as a kid, and I'm over here cleaning the fridge and I'm just like, God, you gave me the stainless steel fridge. You gave me the stainless steel fridge. And not only did you give me the stainless steel fridge, you gave me food to put in the fridge. You gave me a beautiful home, a beautiful family. And in that moment, I was just like, thank you, God. Like, you even heard what would be called like an irrelevant or like small or insignificant prayer. Like, you heard that and you honored that. And it just made me think, like, God is so good. God is so good and he loves me. Jesus really loves me. It was an emotional moment, y'all. And I may sound crazy, but I promise you, like, it just had me thinking, wow, God really does love me. And all the plans he had for me were for good and not for evil. Like, they were all used for my good. I was really thinking, like, if I was to never move to Atlanta, if I was to never have a family, if I was to never, you know, do all the things that I'm doing, like, what would my life look like? Y'all gotta realize where I came from. I'm talking about the very much rural. Like, when I say New York, I'm not talking about New York City. I'm talking about upstate New York. So first, I lived in a town called Seneca Falls, very small town. I think our graduating class had like 80 people in it. And then I had a couple years during high school where I was in Rochester, New York. So that's like more of city opposed to like the area that I was in. And then senior year, I went back to Seneca Falls, but had to go live with my dad, who literally lives in like the middle of nowhere. No shade, no tea, but you know, Dad, you literally live in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking about cows. Cows are my neighbors. So, and that's when I was making videos in my room with like you guys remember like the backdrop, and it had, it was like a tapestry, but it was like brick and it was purple. If you know, you know, okay? What would my life look like if I was still there? Like, if I never took that leap of faith, if God never just like blessed me like this. And I'm not even talking about anything monetary. I'm talking about like the inward work he did within me. Like, I was a mess. I need y'all to understand, like, your girl was a mess. Let me put this on real quick. Like, if you were to ever, like, if you knew me then, you don't know me now type vibes. I really be thinking like the people who I went to high school with are probably like, what? Like, what? They're probably so confused, because when I say God literally changed me from the inside out, he literally changed my name, okay? Changed my name. I am no longer my apostle, I'm Mayagraves. He changed my name. He even changed like my physical appearance with having kids. Like, I don't look the same. He changed the way I think, the way I talk, like the way I present myself, everything. He literally changed every part of me, the way I dress. So it's like when God says, I will make you a new creation, he's not just saying that. He literally wants to make you a new creation, girl, like a whole new being. And it's hard. It's hard to let certain ways of thinking or ways of being go. Like, it was hard giving up weed. That's something I talk about a little bit. Y'all need to understand. Like, that was my coping mechanism. That was the way I found quote unquote peace. That was the way that I found like relief from all this stress that I was dealing with like as a teenager. That was my coping mechanism. And when God convicted me about it and made me give it up, like it hurt, it sucked, it was a process. But I'm telling you, anything that God is telling you to stop doing is literally for your good. He is not out here trying to have you miss out on anything. He's actually trying to give you something, give you actual peace, give you actual freedom. And that's what I learned along that journey. Like, girl, it's a lot. But I've been using this little YSL mascara, and it is actually so good. I'm gonna bring my mirror in, but it is so good. And I'm not even a mascara girly. You guys know I love my cluster lashes, but I'm gonna try to give my lashes a break because my lashes used to be so long, and then I started wearing cluster lashes and lash extensions and everything, and I just feel like they lost their length. But I've been taking these biotin gummies for my postpartum hair loss, and girl, it's also growing out my lashes because look, like your girl got a few on her. She got a few on her. I actually think I really am gonna take a break. I should have curled these before. If I curl my lashes right now, will they fall off? We're about to find out. I'm not gonna do it too hard, cause I've seen this girl on TikTok, her lashes fell out. Not me though. Not me though. Oh yeah, I'm for sure gonna take a break. Y'all see, I got a little lash on me, because sometimes you do just need to take a break. I've been wearing lash extensions for probably like 3 years and have probably given myself like a 3-month break. Okay, so I did 2 coats of this mascara. I think I'm gonna let it dry and do 1 more coat. But in high school, I used to tight line, which is basically like lining this part of your waterline and not the bottom part. I'm gonna do that again, because I think another reason why I love like cluster lashes is because they make your lashes look like, they make your waterline look dark. So I'm like, maybe we can mimic that if we tight line and kind of get that similar effect. I've never used this before, so I don't. Okay, perfect. Girl, I got makeup on my hands, like don't mind it. Let's see. Go here with this and, ooh, I feel like I'm moving my contact around. I don't like it. I don't know. Hold on, let me do it off camera. Can y'all even see a difference, or am I being very dramatic? I feel like I can see the difference, okay? I'm gonna do it on this eye. I got this in PR. It is a Sheer to Stay color tint. Oh wait, is this a tint? Cause, well, yeah, it is a tint. Let me see. I might just put a little bit on. Yeah, she a tint. For sure. It's cute, but you don't need a lot. Last thing I want to talk about really quickly is just my weight loss journey, because I was getting so many questions about it on Instagram. I'm always posting like little motivational stuff, me at the gym, yada, yada, yada. And you guys are always asking me like, girl, how did you do it? What are you eating? Like, give me all the tea. And I think for me, I just understand there's no like secret formula. There's no overnight fix. Like, if that's what y'all want, I can't give that to you, because if you really want to lose weight and if you really want to transform not only your body but like your mind when it comes to your fitness journey, it literally just requires discipline and hard work. What I mean by that is I'm consistently going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. I'm doing 3 days of weightlifting, 2 days of cardio, and then I'm being very mindful of what I eat in the kitchen. And that's always the hardest part for me, because I love going to the gym. Going to the gym is fun, but when it comes to the kitchen, that's a different story. And I just had to be so for real with myself this year, because I remember being just so depressed, not even recognizing myself in the mirror. And I think when that like sadness and disappointment turns into anger, at least for me, that's the fuel. Like when you just get sick and tired of being sick and tired and something's gotta give, then the only thing to do is change. The only thing to do is just improve yourself and to just start your self-development journey. And that's where I found myself. I was angry with myself. I was disappointed. I'm like, girl, I know you've been pregnant back to back, but who are you? Who are you? And I started January 6th. I made a decision. I'm like, I am not going to be this person. I am going to improve myself. I love myself too much to allow myself to continue down this journey of my bad eating habits, me being lazy, me not working out. And I just made a choice. And then I made another choice and another choice and another choice. And every single day I make a choice. Like, We gotta get it together. And I'm almost down 40 pounds, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Like, that's so crazy, because I remember January 6th, I'm like, there's gonna be a day where I'm like looking back at who I was in that moment, and that was my before picture, and I was gonna be an after. Does that make sense? Like, who I was in that moment was my before, and who I am now is my after. And even who I am right now is gonna be my before, and 6 months from now I'm gonna have an after, and it's just gonna continue to grow and develop, and I just can't wait. And my encouragement for moms out there especially is find time, not even find time, make time to move your body. You don't gotta go to the gym. Girl, I know if you got them babies, you can't go to the gym, do an at-home workout. Walk. I'm telling you, because I needed to hear this. I literally needed somebody to tell me, like, girl, get up. Girl, get up. Have y'all ever listened to that message from Sarah Jakes Roberts? If you haven't, type in girl get up, Sarah Jakes Roberts, because that's what I needed in my life. Like, girl, get up. Your life is not over here. Just because you're this way now doesn't mean that this is who you're gonna be for the rest of your life. Girl, get up. Girl, get up. Like, get up and stop waiting for the stars to align. Stop waiting for things to be perfect for you to, make it to the gym, or for you to accomplish these goals you have on your vision board. Remember when you made that vision board? Where are we at with it? And this is just sister to sister. Like, this is friend to friend. I want you to be the best version of yourself, and it requires hard work, and it requires discipline, and it requires you cutting back, and it requires you replacing things, and it requires you cutting out certain things. It requires you implementing new things. Like, not everybody is successful, because success is hard. Like, it is a hard thing. If it was easy, everybody would obtain it. It is a very hard thing. Losing weight is extremely hard. It requires a different version of yourself. I used to eat McDonald's and fast food when I was pregnant every single day. Like, every single day, at least 5 times a week. At least 5 times a week. I don't eat fast food anymore. That's a sacrifice I had to make, because I knew that the next version of me required something different, required something more. It required something more, and I'm just very proud of myself that I've been so consistent on this journey. The first 2 weeks suck, okay? The first 2 weeks of working out suck, and then you fall in love with it and you become addicted, and you don't want to stop, because you're like, where has this been all my life, and why have I been overthinking this, My makeup's done. My edges are done. We have ranted so much on this Get Ready With Me, but I just wanted to talk to you, girl. I had so much to get off on my chest. I hope we connected. I hope you got something out of this video. If you want more sit downs like this, make sure to let me know in the comments below, because I love to film these for y'all. I'm trying to expand my content, so please give me ideas, girl. Like, I'm still struggling a little bit creatively, so please give me ideas. I want to film for y'all. I want to make content for y'all. Just let me know what you want to see. But you got this, girl. You got this, girl. You know what you need to do. Now it's just time to go do it. So I love you. I can't wait to hear about your progress and your updates, and I'll see you next video. Bye.